Poverty Point Mound, building the major mound, has taken place just like that. Last time to Chaco. Here I am in Louisiana. Vikings, the French, the Spanish, the Brits, and then came the rest of the world to this incredible land where the Aboriginal Indians, the hunter fish gatherers, have managed to come up with this formula to build an incredible site, which, thanks to the archaeologists, anthropologists, historians, and so on, people who dedicate their life to find and discover and understand what our ancestors, the original, the great people of the land, survived and saved themselves from harm from the natural environment, which we didn't know. Even with all the intelligence put together, we still don't know what the environment can do to us. All we need to do is actually respect the environment and its features, the living matter that exists along here and everywhere else in the world, and walk and move forward in learning to be part of this land. As we move forward, we can understand so much about our lives. History will bring us closer to understand our own life and to safeguard what was here before. This is one of the largest mounds where these ancestral landowners of this particular area of North America settled and lived. And at the peakest times, there would have been over 1,000 people living here, working and building this mound to preserve their ways and their life from this point on. Fantastic. Yes. All I can say is there's a mound. It's everywhere else a flat land. This great big mound is at the highest point. It's 72 feet above surrounding original land surface. Based on the mound, measures about 107 or 710 feet in length east to west and about 660 feet in width from north to south. The mound has an unusual shape suggested by some of the recipient of the bird in flight. Okay, it's a semicircular construction. Yeah, would be if you look at from here, sort of like the bird's wings. Eastwards extending platform would have been the tail. Wow, don't know the builder's intent, but the birds are commonly represented in the Poverty Point artifacts. It's another way to put together known elements of how the construction, the architectural elements came about of the construction of this mound when they build it. It's by taking the natural elements and then putting that into practice for the purpose of human upgrade. And that's what we are doing all the time around the world. We're taking our environment and we fit ourselves to suit the environment and how we can extend our life to understand that. and then to bring it to a level so that we can be part of the nature. But what we are doing now is that we are creating artificial environments for us to live because of the population numbers now. That again is not intelligently managed. When we build certain things, we waste so much energy, so much of resources, so much of valuable natural habitat is destroyed much of the time, as our intelligence is still not being collectively gathered to understand how to balance without disturbing the nature and our human life, bringing about the coexistence between the nature and human existence to life. Every time I come to a World Heritage Site or a historical landmark, I speak about the balance between nature and humans, nature and how we can be part of, and we are part of the nature, and how we can contribute to sustain that. I don't talk about the history, very little if I did speak about, because I don't know. The answer to those questions are I don't know. What I truly know is this place is so unnatural, the way it is that this mound has been erected in comparison to the landscape around here. So there would have been, through excavations and archaeological and anthropology studies done, us with this human knowledge that we have and our known information, our known references that we have said this is so many years old. What I can say is that I can feel some sort of uniqueness to this particular part of the land in comparison to the rest of the land here as I was driving along. Could it be because I'm told this is a place of the Aboriginal landowners of the world? Yes, I came to see for myself. I can't relate because there's no original human beings, the original Indians here for me to communicate with them and to see how they have related themselves. All I saw was people who migrated here from far away places, from Europe. And it's that information that we have. And the lady I spoke to is actually from Cornwall, England. And when she migrated as a little kid, she then carry on to understand and study history, study archaeology and anthropology and so on and so forth, and brought her closer to this site. And this site was recognized by UNESCO as the importance of World Heritage because of its history and the past and the studies done to preserve it. As I can see, the farmland is not far from this very mound, as the agriculture was introduced along this river by the Spaniards, by the French, and then to the modern day society. So, all in all, one must come here to feel the integral part of life in everywhere we go and respect what it is and feel part of this land and part of this earth.